All right. Welcome to Warriors Anonymous. Welcome back man, it's nearly opening week for our team, and just can't you feel the excitement levels rising? My name is Jared Cronin. We've got the boys along tonight. First of all, we've got Monita Sauce. Hey, bro.
Tanaka Matsumoto.
You make me sound like a professional wrestler. But
off the top rope.
no, looking forward to Friday in the cake tin. The last game I saw was against the Tigers, and I think many of you have heard the stories of when we won and the people that we were hanging around with. So if you haven't, I can explain it later.
Yeah, at the cake tin.
With directions. We also got Isaac Sauce. Hey, Saucy, how are you, bro?
Yeah, good. Looking forward to this Friday. It is almost upon us. And looking forward to catching up with some other Warriors Anonymous crew members, I guess. So, yeah, should be exciting. Yeah, just pumped for the game.
Going to be quite a crew heading along by the sounds. We've also got Daniel Wharakota leading the charge. Hey, bro.
Kia ora whanau. I hope it's all as well. Yeah, last weekend was boring as fuck. We've had some pre-season league, nothing. And then, now we're building. We're growing.
We are growing, and in a few different ways, which we'll get into shortly. But normally we do our short balls to kick things off in the podcast, and vidcast. Welcome everyone joining us on YouTube as well. Thank you. Normally we do short balls to get things started, but we've had a bright idea from young Saucy to switch it up and go long balls. So,
Long balls.
long balls is our sort of long-term predictions, as in where the Warriors will end up by the end of the season. Well, actually, by the halfway point and by the end of the season. So, is that right? We're getting the positions at the halfway point and then the positions at the tail end. So,
Long balls, pass. Yep.
Who would like to go first with their first long balls, half and short?
Ooh, heads up.
Who we get?
Quick little look at the draw. So I reckon we've got I'd say a pretty tough start to the season as well. So it's not always great for building momentum, but I reckon we'll be about sort of sitting in about 13th in the first half of the year. But I think the back end of the year, we've got opportunities, teams that you always look here and you start forecasting who you should beat, but potentially, especially the last 5 or 6 should come home with a wet sail. So I'm thinking 13th and 8. Are we going to sneak? And the other part I'm factoring that in is, I think, in terms of player numbers, our New South Wales Cup crew, I think, there's some good bodies in there as well. So if we get down to injuries, we're going to have some good coverage as well. So Warriors 13th and 8th.
13th and then 8th. Okay. Who's next? That's a good start.
Oh. Are you seriously going to Manera?
Oh, man.
Who's thinking?
I was thinking, actually. I was just
All right.
trying to get my thoughts.
Jared.
Yeah.
Yours,
along the same lines as Dan, I'm going to go 11th, and I reckon they'll pick up over the origin period, and then they'll kick on from there, and they'll end up around in 6th. That's what I reckon.
Okay.
Like, they're going to find some combinations at the start of the season, but find they're going tough. The depth will be tested throughout the course of the year, but I reckon they'll come out with a few more combinations than we expect for the start of the year, but still haven't clicked yet. Origin will come around. They'll pick up those wins, get a bit of a roll on, more home games. They'll come steaming in towards the end of the season, 6th.
Yeah, that should be great. Gets us a home final as well.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine how big that would be to get back to the semis and get a home semi?
Ooh, home semi.
Some big predictions here.
Yeah,
Moneta.
pretty. Oh, man, I feel like I'm going to be the downer guy.
That's my job.
Here comes Debbie.
Sorry to all the Debbies out there.
Big minute coming up. I predict that we'll improve, but I don't think we'll make it to the top 8. I reckon we'll get to 9th or 10th.
Okay.
Yeah. But
So you got us finishing 9th or 10th?
Yeah, I think that's still an improvement compared to last year. I'm just kind of just tempering my expectations. Of course, I want them to exceed my expectations, but I think just based on the acquisitions that we've got, and just still a bit of building in regards to certain things that Richie Barnett addressed last week, I think I'd be happy with 9, but more than happy to get to 6. But I reckon best 9th. Yeah.
And at what position do you think we'll be at the halfway point?
Halfway, I think we'll be somewhere around 11 or 12, something like that.
Okay.
12. We'll be within that tight bunch, where there's usually a number of teams within closeness in terms of points, and then we might miss a few crucial easy games. Hopefully not. I don't want to say that. I'm just basing on past seasons, but yeah. So I'm playing the whole temper my expectations, and then hopefully I'm more than happy if people go, "You were fucking wrong, Manera." So
yeah, I went through all of the games, looking at realistically which ones we should win. So I was looking at the Knights, thinking we should win this. Ticked it up as a win, and I got through to say the halfway point, the first 12 games, and I had us at about either maybe 5 or 4 or 5 wins. So we're sitting at a record of either 5-7 or 4-8, which I'm guessing would probably have us around about maybe 13, 14, something like that. And then by the end of the year, much like you boys, I actually think we might start to make a little bit of hay. And I actually had us getting through to 12 wins, 12 losses. So I made that pretty much to be close enough. You're either in the 8 or you're knocking right at the door. So I'm going to guess 8th or 9th by the end of it, just based on the games that we've got. So I think this is actually, I don't know, this is a weirdly positive sort of vibe for us, and I'm a little bit afraid of it.
So are we.
We probably should have just made some notes beforehand, but that's all right. Boys, we, as Moneta mentioned, we had an awesome interview last week with not just Richie Barnett, but also with his wife, Carrie, as well. What did you guys take from that? Because that was it was an inspirational, it was an emotional, it was just really quite an amazing time to be a part of. Isaac, what did you like from that interview?
Yeah, all of it, really. Just two great people, great life stories, and some really good points about league as well. And I think the biggest thing that Minya just sort of touched on real briefly there was the belief that Richie Barnett thinks the Warriors just haven't found yet. I think this is the year where they find it, or where a number of players do step up and sort of go to the next level of their playing ability. But yeah, I wish more players and more people would sort of hear what he has to say, Richie Barnett, because he's just got some positive, life-affirming points that he brought up. It was awesome to be a part of. Very, very privileged to have talked to a person like that.
He's got a lot of, as you say, so much amazing insight and knowledge just in a life context. Like, there's so many things you can just apply to your day-to-day life. Because we're probably not likely to make it in the NRL anymore, fellas. So,
not 40 years old, and 5'4", 70 kg.
The time may have passed us by, but that's okay, because we're doing a podcast, and well, we got past 5,000 listens across our lifespan, which is a pretty cool little milestone. And yeah, just looking back, I was like, oh, it didn't actually take us that long to do it. Just, 4 fellas from Javel just giving it a crack and just, yeah.
Bunch of nobodies.
That's it. 4 nobodies.
Nobodies.
Spouting largely bollocks. But, Yeah, I think it's just I think that was really cool. I was just like, man, so happy that that people supported us and got behind it, and we've got a good little thing going. I think with Warriors Anonymous. In terms of building to the future, I'm talking about the Warriors, not us. The pathways from 2024 have been given a decent shot in the arm. I don't know if that's the right phrase, but we've got the Harold Matthews Cup, which is the under-17s grade, going to be represented by the Warriors, and also the Jersey Flag, the under-21s. So, Buddha, how much of an impact is that going to have for our club?
Oh, it's huge because it gets us to where the rest of the game is as well. So, I mean, first and foremost, it's amazing to have that pathway as well. So you think about, we always talk about this. We know there's talent to burn, across all codes in New Zealand as well, especially in the upper North Island as well, in that catchment area, but up and down the country. So actually having teams to compete in this competition is great. Obviously naturally a feeding mechanism into the top sides. And obviously we'll stop all our great talent heading offshore. Won't completely stop it all because, that's just the nature of the beast. But, the Dylan Browns of the world, played league in Auckland. Look how good he is as well. So, and having some whānau that have decided to make the trip overseas to Australia for education and sporting opportunities, having a setup like this is perfect for the next generation.
Mm. Absolutely. They're looking to, from 2025, bring in an NRLW team as well. So it'd be awesome to get the women's game going. As we spoke about last week, so many more pathways coming through in women's sport in general. So I think getting the Warriors back in that mix is going to be awesome as well. Moneta, we are at the season launch. Well, at least the club had their season launch last week. Us as fans, we get to see the real launch, this coming Friday. Bro, what are you most excited to see from our Warriors boys?
First and foremost, I'm just excited to see the league back and back in the Cape Town. I feel like it's been ages since we've had a game, and so I'm just looking forward to kind of see the Warriors play up close and just seeing some of the new combinations we've got coming up. And so what I'm looking forward to, I'm looking forward to Te Mare Martin, joining the halves and just seeing how we could play with Sean Johnson. And I wonder if the roles would be switching in regards to that kind of, running
game?
Not running game. I think
game management.
Game management. Yeah, that may give Sean Johnson just that ease of pressure in regards to having that responsibility of being that game manager. And he may, you never know. And I think we're all rooting for Sean. He may pick up his game from the last time that we saw against. Was it the I can't remember, Storm, against the Storm. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they work. Obviously, hopefully you get to see Dylan Walker, Mr. Buns and stuff like that. And I don't want to see his pants though. Pulled down.
You don't want to see his pants.
Baby got back.
Like a Winnie the Pooh type scenario, just top no pants on.
Oh, that's gorgeous, Dylan.
You want to see him run out in the Ali Lawititi undies, the sad face ones? You can probably flex and make happy faces.
Just clench.
I'm just looking forward to the game, man. Oh man, just talking about it's getting me pumped.
Looking forward to the crowd. I wonder how many tickets they sold so far.
You can't get a read on that at the moment.
Yeah.
It'll come out soon. But surely, punters are going to support them. If you're ever going to go to a game with all expectations, everything, all options possible, it's the first game of the season, right?
100%. Yeah. It's the one to go.
And also, exciting news, especially to me, because I'm not in Wellington, so I won't be able to get to the game. But I was particularly excited to see today that Warriors are promoting the match, and they had a photo of Wade Egan wearing none other than the black and yellow Bush shirt. And I was like, whoa, hang on. Because that's my fantasy team. I named it Go the Bush shirt. And yeah, so I'm a huge fan. I know it's a polarizing one. Maybe we'll go around the room on this, see what everyone's thoughts are. But what do you think of the Bush shirt?
Oh, 100. I'm getting one. If I can get it. I love the Bush shirt. Love it.
Isaac?
Yeah, love it. The old Fairy Down look-alike. Yeah. I love it, eh? Yeah. It's original.
Jeez, could you imagine playing one of those actual Fairy Downs? Oh, yeah. Moneta, are you about to pop the balloon?
I could take it or leave it. I mean,
that's non-committal.
I just feel a bit. I don't know. I feel like I could. I don't know. Like Isaac made reference to the fairy tale. I feel like I would constantly itch myself when I'm wearing it. So yeah, I'm all good. Yeah,
it's just bringing back memories of like school camps and hikes in there when you borrow someone's bloody. Yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, this is cool, but it's not really. I guess not much use for it in the streets of Johnsonville.
Black and yellow, yeah.
Then again, you could probably wear it up at Helston Park pretty well on some cold days.
Hey, bro, you mentioned the season launch, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Kempe. I think his journalism, his media interactions with the team this season so far, and I know it's pre-season, have been really good. Good mixture of, obviously knows the game well, so good mixture of understanding, asking good questions about where they're at with the game, but also and being a player in a different era. He's comfortable, understanding the challenges they go through, but he's also, brings a bit of banter with them as well and gets the boys reacting. So, I just want to give a bit of a shout out to Kempe. He's really doing a good job.
Yeah, they've done well there, those boys. Also, Logan Swinkles, one of the Warriors Anonymous members, is responsible for a lot of those videos as well. So he's doing some awesome stuff. Did you guys see the video about the guy was asking the different players who was the biggest sook?
No, I didn't see that.
No.
That was funny, man.
Who ended up being the biggest sook?
Well, I think there was a couple of common names thrown around a couple of times. One was Sean Johnson was mentioned a couple of times. And also Dylan Walker was mentioned a couple of times as well. So other than that, it got kind of shared around quite evenly. Tohu Harris got a mention, I think, which was a surprise.
They said he pulled it to get out of training. But man, look, to be fair, that bro has been carrying this team on his back for the last 3 years. So
he's about to be a sook. Like, I'm sick of carrying this shit.
Yeah.
Cut me some slack.
Yeah, that's right. That dude should be getting endorsements from like a chiropractor, from all the carrying he has to do. Let's do a quick say my name, boys, because we might have missed it last week. I can't actually remember. We've got an interesting one because it's a common name that everyone will know as a rugby league fan. However, they may not have ever heard it said correctly before. And that surname is none other than Hopewadi. Hopewadi. Pick whichever one you want. There was John. There was also Will. Great player. He was an awesome player, Will. And I think there was also Jamil. I think he might have gone to jail. And there's a bunch of other ones as well. There's a few other Hopwadis around who I saw one playing in the under-19s on the weekend as well. Lehi. Hopewadi.
Albert Hopewadi somewhere?
There might be, yeah. There might be here. I think there's a number of sons come from the sire. Anyways, so the name Hopewadi is actually not correct. He's got a Tongan surname. So as you might remember, we've got the T's sound a bit more like D's.
D's.
And in this case, the P also sounds a bit like a B. So the correct pronunciation is actually Hopewate.
Hopewate. Hopewate. Hopewate.
Hopewate.
Hopewate. Hopewate.
Yeah, that's getting good. Yeah.
Hopewate.
Hopewate.
Yeah, we'll get him on the podcast sometime.
Maybe not.
I have a question.
Alienated another player.
Too good. All right, so that's that's Say My Name for this week. We're also going to bounce into one of an old favourite that we haven't done so far this year. So this is the first time, the season launch, if you will, of the man himself, Greg Spence, giving us the good stuff. This is the ka-ching expense account. There we go. There we go.
Inflation, though? Oh.
That's right.
The cost of living crisis version.
Cost of living. Yeah.
Yeah. Expense account on a budget.
All right, sure. We'll launch into it. Since 2016, the season opening game. Oh no, this brings back memories of the Freddie Lassick interview.
Got a rattle, boys.
So since 2016, the season opening game has alternated between a loss and win every year. According to that trend, we're due for a W to start the season. So it could be a good one at the Caton.
Dropping to the TAB fourth again.
Yeah, there could be some fans heading into a few clubs that night.
Would you?
The Warriors have won their last 2 round 1 matches played in New Zealand, and that includes 26-22 win over the Knights. So it bodes well for us this Friday. And in New Zealand, but away from Mount Smart, the team won at just 26%.
I like how he has a way of getting us excited and then just grounds us a little bit.
That just kind of just brought me back down to earth.
26%.
I was like,
just over 1 in 4 games.
Oh, I was going, oh yeah, this is going to be good. Huh? 26%.
But again, we must be due. Like, yeah.
Oh, we must be due. Yeah, so big shout out to Greg again on the expense account.
Yes, thank you, Greg, for bringing us the good stuff. Ching, 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 ching.
With inflation.
We've also, we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on at the moment, haven't we? The SG ball game between the Warriors and the Dragons over the weekend. The boys ended up winning 34-24.
Yeah.
After leading 12-10 at half time. Checked out some of the highlights on Warriors Uncut. Raz
saw those too. Yeah.
Good little mix of those as well. So if you haven't seen the highlights, go and check it out on Warriors Uncut because he's got the good stuff for you.
Hey, bro, was it your debut? Was it debut of?
Yes.
It was.
How did that go? Oh, why don't we should have lead him with a quick. Oh my gosh. How did it go?
Thank you, bro. So I got to step into a commentary box for an SG ball game. It was Manly Sea Eagles versus Penrith Panthers. And so went out to Brookvale and gave it a good nudge, but sort of learned a lot of things. I actually felt like the confidence was good and the delivery was pretty good. I messed up a few of the names here and there, but rookie kind of stuff. But I've learned a few things in terms of how things sound when you play them back on the live stream. So what I learned was when the ground announcer starts bloody blah blah blah, calling out stuff on his big speaker. Couldn't hear me at all. I was getting drowned out. Even though I was speaking on my microphone, they couldn't hear me. So I was like, okay, if he starts yapping, I'll just take a pause on that. So that was one thing to learn. Also, I need to take just maybe a little TV monitor along with me to plug into the feed that we're doing, because when you're at the ground, you're a little bit further away from the players and you're trying to spot the numbers. All I'm trying to do is go after numbers so that I can, try and recall the player. It's hard when you haven't got a screen in front of you because it's so far away. And also a lot of times the players got they're not turning their backs to you. So you're like, oh, that's a good run by that player. So there's some really cool stuff that I've picked up to move forward to next time. And actually there is going to be a next time. I wasn't sure coming out of the weekend. I thought, I don't know if hopefully they'll get me back, but they are getting me back. Actually just got head up today I'm going to be doing commentary this coming weekend, Saturday. It's actually what they call the Melanesian Bowl. And so that's between the Kaiviti Silktails, who are the Fijian rugby league side who play in the lower New South Wales rugby league grades, and they're going to be playing against the Papua New Guinea Hunters, and they play in the Q Cup. So for the first time in maybe ever, these teams are going to get together and play over in Fiji. I'm not going to Fiji, but they're going to get me into a studio to call the game. So so I'm going to be doing that one. So that's exciting. That just came up today. And a few weeks down the line, I'm going to be doing the Penrith Panthers game against the One New Zealand Warriors. Yeah. So exciting times. I'm excited. So yes, I've got to go learn a bunch of names by the weekend. So fun.
Wow,
man, awesome work, man.
Yeah,
nice,
so we'll see. We'll keep you posted on how it goes. There's a lot of funny stuff that goes on. I've got to tell you, going into the game, I got up in the morning and I had the runniest nose probably of my whole life. And so I managed to get to the ground, took some little packets of tissues and that. Got through most of the game all right, up until about the last 8 minutes. And that's when the nose started to decide, I'm going to start running now. and so I'm sitting there. Honestly, bro, I was putting my finger on my nose, just quietly, the microphone was here. I'm trying to put my finger on my nose so I don't sneeze. I'm just like, and that's a nice play. And then, for the last few minutes, nose starts running. And I'm trying to quietly open these plastic packets of tissues in the background, while also calling the game as well. So, bit of a laugh, but yes, anyways, I'm like, all right,
congrats, man.
Anyways, up from here, boys.
Nice one. Congrats.
Yeah. So, speaking of which, we had a bit of an exciting development on the weekend to do with our sweet fantasy baby, and that is with we did our fantasy draft. Now, I think three of us are in that, right? Isaac, Buddha, and myself.
Yep.
Here we go. So, boys, who do you think did well in the draft? I noticed, Saucy, that you organised, you did the organisation of it, the commissioner stuff, and somehow got the second overall pick. So,
hey, wasn't rigged. Completely randomised. I think Scone Louts has been a fantasy juggernaut for years, and he picked a pretty damn good team. He just knows his shit, really. He really does. He'll be competitive in both leagues because that's how he rolls. But it was good fun. For myself, I thought I picked a reasonably good team, but I had to go an auto pick at one point. And then I realized I was just picking some really shit players for me. So I jumped back on quickly while I was doing my thing, carrying my phone, getting in trouble, but managed to select the team. But it was good fun. So, hopefully everyone else had a bit of a laugh during the draft. And obviously we'll keep the Warriors Anonymous fans informed about how the season goes, whether you care about it or not, because it doesn't matter, because it's important to us. So, both leagues are all ready, set, go for the season. So,
some big matchups coming. What do you got? Spoony?
Yeah, fucking smash Spoony. Oh. Hey, bro. Who's going to give a 9 out of 9 performance, and I have to give a 10 out of 10? Nah, I'm kidding, Spoony. You'll probably waste me. You'll probably waste me. I started picking a few players, but then must have been the phone app, because I was trying to pick a bunch of players and I couldn't for some reason select them. They hadn't been drafted, so I started getting random picks. But apparently, I picked up 4 halfbacks. So you don't need a halfback. Come see me.
That's right. You got Mitchell Moses and Luke Brooks on your bench.
Yeah.
I'm bad.
What do
Cameron Munster and Dills Brown.
What do you want for Mitchell Moses?
Bad at all.
I don't know. We'll just see. Sure. I can't have one of the para playmakers. But Moses kicks. I really wanted to get Ruben Garrett because he kicks. So, and also I think he's in the top 30 hottest men as well in the league. I really, 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 really wanted the hottest man in the league, but
yeah, he's got those model kind of cheekbones, that sort of
good bone structure.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Anyways. That's NRL fantasy draft.
What kind of fantasy are we talking about now?
First we got Dylan Walker's buns. Then we got Ruben Garrick's cheekbones.
Hey,
What's next?
Hey,
forgot
this is
about last year. Jesse Arthurs. He's
Legs.
got legs.
It's got legs.
next season will be a different kind of fantasy draft, eh? You know,
Yeah.
Next year, I'm going to pick the hottest
Fantasy.
gentleman.
Ah.
And then
So-
the team of the
the one
fuckers.
anonymous people will be like, hold on a second, I'm just doing this new draft. What the hell? Hottest legs, hottest arms. What?
Prettiest eyes.
This one's anonymous league is fucked.
How many games did they win? None. Okay. Yeah, good. Oh,
And that is sweet fantasy baby for you.
oh,
Bonus
what-
points for Dylan Walker's ass.
Yeah.
ass. All right. Well, boys, as we head into the first week of NRL play, every time you say it, it kind of gets you.
Thursday's the first game, is it?
Yes. Yep.
What's the opening game?
Storm versus
Storm.
Parramatta.
It's a good one, eh?
Oh, when's that one?
Thursday night.
Ooh.
Tuesday. Yeah. So,
Yeah, it should be.
yeah, so that's a hell of a start. There's been, I guess, there's been a few injuries around the place. Just, guys like Joseph Manu possibly not being able to play round one. There's a bit of chat about Adam Reynolds
Reno.
not being ready to go for round one, which I'm kind of keen for him to be available because I've got him on my halves in my fantasy team. So if he can play, that'd be nice. Also, Nico Hines has done a little bit of a calf thing as well. So,
Oh.
so that's a bit of a problem. There's a few guys there. What I like about our team, the Warriors, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that we've got a hell of a lot of extra injuries come through or anything like that.
Not
Correct?
not sure.
Not
I
since
don't think
Luke
so, but
Metcalf.
you're just Metcalf, eh?
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously
And-
we'll find out tomorrow.
And Dallin didn't get suspended, right?
No, he didn't.
Okay, good. All right. So, yeah, I guess looking around the league. Buddha, did you want to take us around the league?
Round the league. Yep, I can. Thanks for preparing some of this information, Jed. Because to be fair, with a week off, I kind of had a week off, right? In saying that, there was a couple of things I looked at. The Sharks extended their coach. Great business. Fitzgibbon, obviously, has brought a huge amount to that club as well. So, and one thing I picked up from last year, I think I might have mentioned it, on game day or before the game, he does this like crazy massive workout, like 2-hour workout. It thrashes himself. So he's kind of got this mindset of the boys are going to go to work. I'm going to do my work. So
Do you think we should do that?
I've often thought about that. I'm like, as a supporter, like, do the mahi, eh? And I think about it, and then the game's on, and I just sit on the couch and go,
Yeah, and complain. Oh, fuck that bullshit.
Yeah. Why is there a dumbbell in the TV screen?
Bloody shit.
yeah, so maybe. The Cows, some good business. I think this guy, he was probably one of the, well, would you class him the rookie of the season last year? Was he deemed a rookie? Jeremiah
Believe so.
Nunai?
Yeah, I think he was.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, he was definitely a breakout player, eh?
Oh, yeah.
In all formats. So all good. This is hilarious. Who saw this? KP got destroyed by a kid. Did you boys see it?
Yeah.
Kellen Ponga. Yeah.
That's good.
Oh.
Just the old classic. Yeah, my headgear. To be fair, headgear's probably like $80, $50, whatever.
Yeah.
And the kid was like, "No, have it back."
Yeah.
I want your sweaty headgear.
Yeah, try not to sweaty headgear. And this club challenge, World Club Challenge, went to the wire, right? Did anyone catch that footage? It was 2 weeks ago, eh?
Yeah, that was a hell of a game. I actually felt like the referees maybe gave a few favours to the home team, Penrith. They were kind of lucky in a sense to actually get as close as they did. So I was really happy that St Helens got in and took it out because, man, they deserved it. They did well. Even old Connie, old mate Conrad got across in the corner. Yeah. So he scored again.
Yeah. Blowing a kiss too. Who's he blowing a kiss to? But I don't know. I mean, very, very, very early, and obviously they're going for the three-peat, the Panthers. But I just feel they're obviously with all the Dogs buying all their players, and the Roosters coming in. Obviously, we'll talk a bit about that. I think they're just starting to lose. Cacao's not there. They're starting to. A few, not the main pieces, but on the periphery. And I know they've got a nursery, but it could be a little bit of a chink in the armour, but we'll see.
Taylor May's gone, isn't he, for the season?
Yes.
ACLA. Does an ugly looking tackle, that one.
Yep, he's gone. Obviously, Tommy Turbo's coming back.
So they say?
For how long? It's always heavy. Just gone.
Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't ever get back to that level, that was one of the greatest ever fullback seasons a fullback's ever had 2 years ago.
Yeah. Untouchable that season.
Yeah, he was just, amazing. And Pappy, little Paps, he's out for a while, eh? Long time.
Yeah. See, I was always a bit worried about him just because of the nature of the injury. And I know someone who's done a similar thing where they shattered their kneecap, and that's a long road back, man, and that's not even it's just a long way back to be able to walk and run, let alone be able to actually get out there and play elite football. So I've always been a bit worried about Paps, and I actually, weirdly enough, I actually like Paps, even though he plays for the Storm. So that's I think that's a real mark of respect. But I hope he comes back at some stage.
Yeah, he's not even very confident in it himself. I mean, he commented on it. And he was like, "It's not likely I'll be back before blah blah blah." He was pretty honest about it. So, if anyone's going to know how long he's out for, it's going to be him, right?
Yeah.
It's sad because he's a good player.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously a couple of injuries that have been touched on as well. Poor Joey Manu obviously shattered the other side of his face. A few weeks back, some signing news that the Finns, the Dolphins, picking up a couple extra Broncos as well. What I'm not happy about is that what you shared, Jed. I think you shared it. That little cartoon for PointsBet as well. And the bloody Dolphins ahead of us. Dolphins are going to come last, surely. They better come last. Anyway, so. Yeah, Mitch Moses hasn't agreed his deal yet.
No, I thought that was done.
Tigers, is it done?
Is it done?
They were saying it was done, and then they were saying it wasn't done.
But it looks like back to not done. Okay.
Yeah. Looks like he'll probably stay. I think it'd be a fool if he left. But
they've a better chance to win a premiership. But I mean, Benny Elias, Uncle Benny, try to get Mitchie back. Uncle Ben. And the infinite salary cap continues. Not only Dom Young, who is handy, and I'm not looking forward to see him run out this weekend on Friday against us, but obviously going to the Roosters, as well as the rumoured Spencer Leniu as well for the Panthers. So I suppose we've just given them players like, obviously we've got old mate Lodgy, Leydon Lodge. We're paying his wages, and clearly they go for unders, and Uncle Nick he pays him out for the post-career. So, is that salary cap breaches? Don't know.
Maybe we'll need to get producer Matt on, because he's a Roosters fan. So
true. But that's us. That's the wrap.
That's the NRL wrap. Best of the season. Woo!
It was a good one.
Was it good? Yeah.
Thanks, Jed.
With force. Oh, are you okay? Is that what we're doing? Shut up. All right. Now, boys.
That's shaking. You know that how awkward someone gives you knuckles and you go to shake their hand and you end up grabbing their fist?
Yeah.
I thought you were doing the Chubbs handshake made out of wood, real sturdy.
Or the John
talking about
Key
Jared
just
again, are
jumping.
you?
Oh, yeah. The three-way handshake. Everybody's in the middle.
So maybe you put your hand out and someone thinks you're gonna bro shake, and they bro shake you around your head, and your hand's just standing there. And you're like, that's so awkward.
I do the opposite, eh? If someone tries to bro shake me, I'm just so awkward with it. I go over the top, and I just turn it into a handshake. Like I'm not a bro shake kind of guy when they go like that.
You got to walk from 3 meters out and go hi, and just have your hand out straight away. So they know what you're offering them.
Clear intentions, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you? All right.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Yeah, I often do the, I'll go to do the, like, start from the side to do the, the bro shake. And then, like, if the person doesn't necessarily know me that well, they might just see me and be like, oh, hi. And I'm like, hi. Yeah, the old correction, like, hi. Yes.
At least you don't do something like remember Something About Mary? And he goes in for the hug, and then all of a sudden he's just to a shake.
Yeah, yes. Oh, Mary? Mary?
Oh, shit.
Ultimate burn there. Yeah.
I see that.
Oh, man. Oh, boys. Well, look, I feel like we're all getting a bit excited about a number of things, including round 1 for our Warriors. Are we going to compose ourselves to be able to make sense of this?
Yes. Yeah. Let's.
Nope.
Nope. Moneta, bro, what are you expecting to see from Andrew Webster's Warriors debut?
I reckon he's going to try to take it back old school. I think I think it's keeping it simple. Like obviously, I think Lassick touched on it. Just keeping to our kind of area in our lane, but I think we're going to be playing a bit more expansive, like trying to get a bit more offloads going. I think we've stuck to this whole structure thing. I think a bit too much in the past seasons, and we've lost a bit of that flair. So I think he's going to try to bring that back in, but with a bit of structure, not too much, just a bit. So I'm hoping to see a bit more simplicity, but at the same time, a bit more offloads. I'm really hoping to see a bit more kind of what you could say warrior ball, but I think he could be trying to. So it's that whole belief and confidence. Hopefully, we can get back.
Yep. Isaac, who are our key players, and what are the key matchups?
It's got to be our halves. I think their forward packs. Yeah, it's not bad. They've got some talent across their back line too, but I think it's our halves need to dominate and control the game, and we'll win and put them under pressure there. Because who's playing in the halves for Newcastle? Well, they got Ponga. Was he playing this week? I thought he had a bit of an injury.
That's a good question.
I think he's on track.
Yeah, he's on track, and it's his first game. Well, not his first game at 5'8", but he's made a decision to play at 5'8" long term, which I don't necessarily agree with. I don't think he's a 5'8", but perfect opportunity for the Warriors to put a shitload of pressure on him and see how he responds. But in order to do that, our halves have to step up as well and really make their mark on the game. So, yeah, I'm very interested on that. And I'm interested to see how our back three plays with Nickel Clockster organising everything. Is his positional play and his organisation of defence at the back going to help as well, help the team? Because I think maybe in the past having Reece Walsh at the back, young, didn't have that experience of organising the troops. Is there going to be a difference there as well?
Yeah, good point.
I think you put that quite politely. I'm going to say that a lot of the times when I was watching opposition score tries against us from kicks and that, and I was just like, where is Reece?
Where's Reece? Yeah.
Where is he? Like, he just wasn't, positionally. If we can have someone be in the right spots to be able to shut down stuff, that I think that helps our cause immensely. Just from the drop, but yeah, exciting to see how CNK goes on his return. The prodigal son, somewhat. Buddha. Forward pack, maybe concerns, perhaps. Do you think, or
No, no. No, I'm not concerned because I think the forward pack that we put out against the Storm and it would start held the Storm, and I think Weeby's gone for speed around the ruck, leg movement, not necessarily size. Obviously, they're not as big as well, but I think he's wanting to play up tempo football with a fitter crew as well. So as we've touched on in a couple of the episodes at the start, is not replicating the Panthers, but I think he's going to try to get a lot of value out of the back five carries as well. So, and front load energy and defence. So from that point of view, yeah, I'm not concerned with. It's probably there's just various options he can play with. I think there's going to be a point where he's going to interchange someone like Curran's going to come on for perhaps AFB, and Marata Niokore, I reckon, might go to the middle for a spell.
Okay.
Because he's quite damaging in terms of carries as well. Because it's that space you can play on the edge for the game, and you can come in the middle for a little bit as well. So I think we've got a little bit of action there. So I'm actually quietly confident that we'll get the job done as well. And I think that's the thing. Like most Warriors fans, I think we'll be okay defensively. It's just whether we can score enough points, and that's the biggest issue we've had in the preseason. In the second game, we just couldn't get the attack right. So, but look, we don't want to be getting punished 40-34, right? We want to win 20-16. We'll take that. So defense needs to be right. But one, I just want to point out, and I don't want to say under pressure, and I'm not going to say there's an issue here, but I'd like to see Wade Egan take a bit more control, and I'd like to see a little bit more. So I guess the way I see it is look at Harry Grant against us. I mean, Harry Grant is phenomenal, eh? So as soon as there's a mismatch, Sean Johnson was slightly to the side, he picked that, ran at Sean Johnson, got a repeat set, ran 30 metres, they set up a try, bang. So he just sniffs on that. You look at the Tigers, Api Kurasai, I mean, he's the master from Penrith, manipulating the defence. As soon as you get a good play of the ball, obviously Damien Cook's got express pace. As soon as there's a mismatch, he's out there. So I think we saw some really good stuff from Egan, but I think he has to take the team by the scruff of the neck. If we get some quick play the balls, he's going to have to pull apart and do what he does, right? Like do what he can do well. But if he can't dominate that area, then it could be to our detriment.
Has he got in him to dominate that area?
I think Shade. I think it comes with the play the ball though. He needs that quick play the ball. Like everyone needs a quick play the ball. But the one thing I'd like to see is, I know you can't just be Harry Grant, but when there is an opportunity, you just got to pin it as well.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, even Cameron Smith would do that as well back in the day.
Yeah, he did that. To his credit, he did that a lot more last year than the year previous, and we were like, we like this. We like seeing the sort of Wade, just running the ball. He's not as quick or as explosive, but when he does it, he can do it pretty well. So more of that, maybe with this more athletic sort of forward pack, concentrating on quick play of the ball, leg speed, this might work in his favour, potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just think, it's probably one of the best attacking outlets in the game, I think, given the way the game's going too. So, one to watch.
I really want to see the combination of Wade and first receiver Tohu and how they operate.
Yes.
And how they create for the guys outside and just get the first part of the puzzle down to really, let the other guys hopefully showcase a little bit out wide and see Marcelo Montoya for a hat-trick in the corner.
Yeah, I think Tamari gives him a little bit of calm head, Like, I mean, obviously against the Tigers it was a very different outfit, but, he kind of kept the depth nicely, put the guys onto the ball. Where with SJ and Volkman, it just didn't. They look really flat. They were just shoveling to the side. But what I really liked, and I think I expect him to be named, is I really like Jackson Ford's play.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think I said last week he had 80 run meters, 40 post contact meters. So they managed to two things. They managed to put him into the right space, but he was running the right line as well. And like off the back of something like that, that's where you get that momentum. You break a tackle, you get tackled, you get a quick play of the ball. So, and the one other thing, which I don't know if I don't think we've ever had one of these before in our life, is every time Cameron Munster goes into a tackle, he's 50-50 going to strip it, right?
Yep.
Can we learn that? Like, I don't know. It's not like he's the biggest bloke going around, eh? I know that the Storm operate to a new level, but I'd love us to kind of look at those sorts of plays as well and just go, I mean, that momentum changes, eh? Like, I think it happened to us against Storm, and CNK got stripped, bang, or Dallin got stripped straight away on tackle one, bang, so things like that. But maybe it's asking a lot in round one.
Woo! Looking forward to it, though.
Can you feel it? Hey, boys, outside of what's on the field, there's going to be quite a bit going on for the fans off the field. Now, run us through. You guys are on Wellies and going to be in attendance. Run us through what is going to be happening before the game. Where can people go? Who can they talk to? Shout drinks, blah, blah, blah.
Who's shouting drinks? Saucy.
I give up drinking.
Who's here? Yes.
H2R.
H2R. Shout out to the H2R technology crew. They wanted a shout out. Doobie, Justin, they're coming as well. So we're going to the Duke of Wellington. Got a little posse there from 5 o'clock onwards. So, yeah, if you're around. And then I think the plan would be it's an 8:15 kickoff. So probably nice to get to the stadium, with a good amount of time before kickoff. The soak in the atmos as well. So, I think there's a little bit going on at the stadium. Zed's playing.
Zed?
Yeah.
Was it Renegade Fighter? Was it them?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a Renegade Fighter.
I do like how the guitarist from Zed was on a Just Juice ad. I don't know why. He was so Just Juice. And I was like, hey, he's in Zed. What the hell's going on there?
Maybe it's a throwback to when were they really kicking it back in the day? Was it 2011?
When I was in fifth form.
Maybe it's a throwback because that's when the 2011 era was pretty solid, wasn't it? 2012.
Wasn't there a guy from Zed on Shortland Street as well?
Yeah.
Probably.
The crazy doctor dude?
Chris Warner. He's still on. I don't watch
he's the shorty goat. Is he still on it?
He'll be on there for another 100 years.
So yeah, that's us. And I think also there's some stuff going on. There's an open training session the day before.
That's right. Open training session.
Yeah.
And then after the game there's a signing session as well, but we're pretty late for the little ones. Getting out there.
That's true. If you're wondering what's going on over here, I'm just getting my ankles attacked by a French bulldog who's getting a little bit antsy and wanting to go outside. So
he's just excited about the game too.
That's right. He's come to tell me his opinions. So that's cool, boys. So I mean, Wellies sounds like it's going to go off for the game, which is cool. Also, if you are based around Sydney in Australia, there is going to be a meetup at the Locker Room Hotel, which is over in Homebush, right across the road from the Accor Stadium Australia. So so there's going to be basically the Warrior Nation.
Hey,
dubs up. There's going to be a meetup there for all the passionate fans to get together, have a drink. I'm going to pop along, so I don't know if you want to hurl some abuse at me or something. It's going to be good. We'll be there all huddled together watching the game, and so might see you fellas. Are you going to streak?
Oh, no.
No.
This is Wellington. No.
We'll cut to you
No.
with the live feed over in Sydney when you streak.
Go streak across Stadium Australia.
It'll be on the Facebook Live on the WAS page.
That's it.
Jared streaking.
Oh man! All right, boys, we better jump on out of here because the excitement level is about to just get a little bit too much to handle.
Excitement level's about to wee on your leg. Okay?
That's right. He's buttering
So
me
warm.
up. He's trying to yeah. Hey bud, it's all right. We're nearly there. Fellas, hard or nah before we go? Moneta, we'll start with you. The Warriors going to win in round 1.
Hard. Definitely hard.
Nice, good.
And if they don't,
No,
Isaac, are you predicting a hard or no?
I'm predicting. Well, can you just look at me, Jared, when I'm talking to you instead of picking up your dog? I think it's super hard. I'm going to go like they're going to kick their
hard.
ass. Ooh, they're going to kick their ass.
Super hard.
Those Prince Miles thing.
Bro, what do you reckon? What do you reckon, bro?
He's a G unit now, eh?
He's a big boy.
He goes, woof.
Yeah. You got attacked the other week. Got bitten on this side, so it's a little
Oh,
gang patch there, I'm calling it. So,
Oh,
but he's all right. He's sturdy.
from another dog.
Yeah. Little staffy
shit.
got him. Grabbed him and bloody...
Fuck.
Yeah, it was pretty bit of an ordeal, but that's all right.
poor
But
Prince.
hard or nah, bro?
Yeah, we're going to get the dub. It's going to be a bit of a grind, I reckon. I don't think both teams are top of the NRL competition echelons. So it's going to be about who's best prepared in pre-season. And I don't want to jinx it, but, I think the Knights are still kind of got to figure out how they put their new halves in there. Like, they just seem to get new halves every year, eh? So, but, the Knights, yeah, they can be a little bit of a bogey team. But no, we'll get the job done. 20-16.
Oh,
16, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
so no champagne footy, you reckon?
It's just going to be it might be a bit of a bludger, when it comes to handling and
Might be first game.
completions.
Hey, good point. What's the weather forecast like for Friday?
Amazing at the moment. But we know what's happening in this country at the moment,
Yeah.
So, should be on.
Good stuff. Isaac, can you give because you're better at this than I am. Can I throw to you for how Warriors Anonymous members and whatnot can like us and subscribe and all that sort of stuff?
You just kind of did it then, didn't you? On the video, like, subscribe if you're watching it on the YouTube channel. It just does something to the algorithm. I don't know. And just tell your friends, tell your fellow Warriors fans about us. Just let them know that we're around, and hopefully we'll see some of you in person at the Duke of Wellington. Thanks to Dan for organising all of that. And let's just cause a ruckus. Let's have some fun.
I like that. You boys need to do a Facebook Live from the pub.
Oh yeah, might do that. Do that.
Maybe not too many drinks deep though.
Yeah, I was he's going to do a shoey. We'll get a couple of shoeys on there. I guarantee there'll be a few.
Is Shui Vasashek going to be there?
Oh, don't know.
Let's find him. If he's there, let's hunt him down. Get him to do a shoey on the Warriors Anonymous live feed.
You need to find the coach's box and try and get elevated up in that shot. But sorry, this is a little bit weird now. It's facing lower because I dropped the camera for the dog to get in the shot. But he just ended up looking a little towards my groin, so that's what weird. So
Money shot.
I think on that note, we should probably jump on out of here.
At least you're wearing pants.
Did you hear that, Manscaped? We've got you.
We're open for business. Right, boys. That sounded way worse than I had intended. Anyways.
All right.
Just cut to commercials. All right. On behalf of Daniel Wharekura, Monita Sauce, and Isaac Sauce, my name is Jared Cronin. We'll see you in a week's time. Hopefully we've got our first dub. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Oh.
Let's end it. Let's end it, fellas. Go, the Warriors!
Oh yeah.